Serious, what is a seemingly normal photo that has a disturbing backstory? Asterisk asterisk attention. Serious tag notice. Asterisk jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted in asterisk asterisk any asterisk asterisk comment, parent, or child. Asterisk parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Asterisk report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour, and posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing an AMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. Asterisk I'm a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit, /message/compose/to=r/r/askreddit if you have any questions or concerns. This is the photo Kurt Diemberger took after his companion, the illustrious alpinist Hermann Buhl, fell into the abyss on the Himalayan mountain Shigalasa. Buhl was walking behind Diemberger and momentarily left the trail, after which he fell through an overhanging cornice. He remains in the ice. This is a pic of the 1970s-era games Ho, the dating game. The circled man is serial killer Rodney Alcala. By the time of that appearance on the show, he had raped several women and murdered at least one. He won the game, but the woman never went on the date with him. You can imagine how relieved she is. This ice nut is gruesome as some of the others, but I always thought this guy looked more like a male model than an assassin. Left square bracket. Lewis Powell was a co-conspirator of John Wilkes Booth and he attempted to assassinate William Henry Seward, the US Secretary of State. This is a colorized digital restoration of one of his photos. Left square bracket. I guess the photo is only a seemingly normal if you do not notice the cuffs. Left square bracket. This picture of First Lady Rosalynn Carter shaking hands with serial killer John Wayne Gacy, who was active in politics at the time. Raymond Cabelfin Jr., 19, was filmed leaping into the American River near Sacramento on May 11, 2017, after hiking with friends, but he was overcome by strong currents and icy water and died. I still remember this 4 years later. Very sad. He was just out with friends having fun. R.I.P. Ray, I did not know you, but will always remember you. There are photos from the video, but the video shows a situation. This photo of nightclub kiss posted on Facebook by one of the DJs. Later that night, 245 people would die, and more than 680 plus would be injured when the Bangu Resida Fandanguera lit a flare that ignited the flammable acoustic foam in the ceiling. There wasn't enough emergency exits, it was overcrowded by hundreds and the security guards trapped the victims inside in an attempt to organize the crowd. The responsible are still unpunished. Left square bracket. This man kidnapped, raped, and abused the son of Gary Plosh. As he was walking through the airport, Gary was at a payphone, and when he passed by, Gary turned and shot him in the head. Semicolon. I don't believe he served any jail time. Eyes of Hate, a candid photograph of Goebbels, after he finds out his photographer was Jewish, 1933. If looks could kill, low vertical bar. Uri found him sitting alone at a folding table on the lawn of the hotel. I photographed him from a distance without him being aware of it. As documentary reportage, the picture may have some value. It suggests his aloofness. Later I found him at the same table, surrounded by aides and bodyguards. Goebbels seemed so small, while his bodyguards were huge. I walked up close and photographed Goebbels. It was horrible. He looked up at me with an expression full of hate. The result, however, was a much stronger photograph. There is no substitute for close personal contact and involvement with a subject, no matter how unpleasant it may be. He looked at me with hateful eyes and waited for me to wither, but I did not wither. If I have a camera in my hand, I do not know fear. Politician Budwa, opening an envelope. He was holding a televised press conference about a scandal he was being accused of when the envelope was delivered to him during the press conference. He'd continue by opening the envelope and revealing a handgun that he promptly put in his mouth, killing himself live on national television. This is one of the primary reasons many live news reports are preempted by a few minutes, just in case. This old photo of mountaineers from 1924. The men in the picture are George Mallory, left, the greatest mountaineer of the early 20th century, and his climbing partner Sandy Irvine, right, at their advance camp on Everest. 2 days later they would attempt the summit and disappear without a trace. This picture, warning for non-graphic mummified human remains, especially puts the last one in context for me. Those are Mallory's remains, found in 1999. The same man in both pictures, 75 years apart. Irvine's body is still missing. Evidence is inconclusive whether they made the summit before their deaths. This photo of Paul Bernardo and Kola Homolka at their wedding at the same time one of their victims was discovered. This looks like a stock photo of a violin, right square bracket. The instrument in that picture is the Hartley violin. It was owned by Wallace Hartley, the bandmaster and lead violinist on the Titanic. It was the one he carried with him on the night the ship sank. Survivors reported seeing Hartley and his band on the deck of the ship during the sinking, playing to calm passengers as they boarded the insufficient lifeboats. This is the exact instrument he played. Hartley and every member of the band died in the sinking. We have his violin, because at some unknown point before his death, Hartley tucked the violin back into its monogrammed case for safekeeping. That's how it was found, floating in the debris field, by one of the ships sent to recover bodies from the wreck. They were able to identify it as Hartley's, because of an engraved brass plate, and it was returned to his fiancée, who kept it until her death. Her family authenticated it and sold it for $1.6 million to an organization that collects Titanic artifacts. There is a photo of an American volcanologist sitting down while studying volcanic activity at Mount St. Helens. Photo. Article. 13 hours after the photograph was taken, on May 18, 1980, the volcano erupted and killed 57 people including the volcanologist, John Edwards Robinson. This photo, John Edwards Robinson, yellow sweater, is holding baby Tiffany, whose mother he murdered the day before. He gave baby Tiffany to his brother, saying she was adopted. His brother, along with Tiffany, did not find out the truth for 15 years. A still photo from a video. A man who swam to his girlfriend in their underwater hotel room while on vacation in Tanzania and proposed to her with a note and a ring. He died before he could resurface from the water. Louisiana man dies during underwater proposal. This image may seem quite insignificant, but this was Marcos Mancilier's #58 white and red motorcycle in the middle of the pack last race. It airs on YouTube and there are plenty of articles about it, but there was a crash and his helmet came off. His good friend, Valentino Rossi, also in that shot, #46, was unable to avoid him and went over his head. 10 years ago this year, still one of the most horrific live sporting events I have witnessed. A kid went missing hiking a spot on the big island of Hawaii. He texted some pictures of the scenery while he was hiking. After he never showed up at home, his family noticed somebody lurking in bushes in the photos he sent. My family that live in Hawaii said the spot is illegal to hike at, so it is not like it would have been a heavily populated trail. More info, and the photo in question. This photo was taken at a nightclub before it caught on fire by fireworks leaving 100 people dead. This picture of a bed in a children's room, right square bracket. Sad story, a missing 4-year-old later found dead from asphyxiation, wedged at the foot of her bed between mattress and frame. You can barely make out the little bulge of her body in that pic, but you can. The picture of the bed ran on the news, and the mom did interviews while sitting on it. There has more graphic pics of what it looked like with the blankets removed and the body uncovered, but I am gonna go ahead and not link that. Her body was not found after professionals and dogs searched the room. It was found once the smell got bad enough. Also, I am pretty sure I read someone slept in the bed during that time, but not sure on that. This physicist, Harold Inoue, is holding the nuclear core of the Fat Man atomic bomb which was dropped on Nagasaki. Edit. Source article. There is one more pic of Inoue on that web page. Two brothers smiling, Kevin and Bart Whitaker. Hours later, after arriving home from dinner, Bart killed Kevin and his mother after conspiring with a friend. He tried to kill his father as well, but he survived. It's a horrible story. I don't know what became of Bart though. All I know is that his father somehow found the courage to forgive him. Jewish children holding hands as they unknowingly walk to their deaths in the gas chambers at Auschwitz. I read all of these, but did not see the relatively recent murder case of the two girls from Delphi, Libby and Abby. It is an ongoing investigation, but local law enforcement released a film of their killer taken from one of the girls' phones. But also a photo of Abby walking over the railway bridge shortly before they disappeared.